obviously, when I saw it, I saw him on the ground, and I thought, oh, no, this can't be happening. It's during the celebration. Hopefully he just, twisted it or something. I was just hoping that it was better than what it was looking. And, it doesn't appear to be. Very, very unfortunate. Obviously felt bad about it for a little while. And I feel terrible for Edwin, because, he just has so much charisma around him. He has so much weight to him when he comes onto the field, and the trumpets are blaring. And we obviously enjoyed the heck out of it last year and what he did. So I'm really hurting for Edwin. But as a team, we have to look at this as an obstacle to overcome. This is why this team was assembled, is so that the next guy up can fill in and do the job, and that's why we have the depth that we have. And we're going to have to take this as another obstacle that we have to overcome, which we had to overcome many last year as well. Yeah, it's a hard spot to fill. I don't think you can ever replace who Edwin Diaz is, but you can do your best to fill the gap so that, let's look at it as a dam. If a huge leak is coming through, you just got to do your best to turn that into a little drip. I don't think you can ever fully replace who Edwin Diaz is and what the player that he is. Let's not skirt about it. He was the best closer in baseball last year. There's no doubt about that. But we're very fortunate that we have guys on this staff that are very good at their jobs. We have very good bullpen arms who have done this for a long time. And Robertson was one of those guys that closed for 2 different teams last year and made it to the World Series with the team that he was closing for. We got to face him personally a few different times, and he's absolutely nasty. And so we have to have confidence in the guys that we have. This is why we have the depth that we have, so that the next guy up can show what he's got. And we definitely have that depth that can fill in. This happens every time. I spoke about it last time. I pulled my hamstring in 17. Freddie Freeman's pulled his. We even had Brooks come back. It happens. It's going to happen. It's playing games at a high level, playoff intensity. It's going to happen. And I think the very crazy and freak part of this is that it happened during the celebration. It wasn't even while he's throwing 100 miles an hour.
Were you watching it live?
I was watching it live. Yeah, it was a good game. It meant a lot. And I had Francisco and Diaz on Puerto Rico, and obviously huge stars playing in this game. So I was watching for the same reason that everyone else was watching. I was like, do or die game in March. It's fun, but things can happen, and obviously this is just like a complete freak accident because my wife's a nurse, and when we're sitting there and she's like, this just doesn't make sense with the mechanism of injury. And so it could have happened at this point while he was walking downstairs. Don't really know. So this isn't necessarily the WBC's fault on this. And fortunately, he just stepped wrong or was put in the wrong position, and it just happened. So it's really unfortunate, but it did happen. I sent him a text message. Unfortunately, I've also been in this position sometimes where you're getting flooded with text messages and calls, and you just can't get back to everyone. So I know that I'll talk to him in time, but that right now he just needs to go through this process. He needs to be with family and those closest with him and be processing this, because this is a lot to process at this moment, especially on the first year of his contract. He wants to be there for us. I know that. And when all of a sudden you can't be because of, something that happened in a split second, it's hard to process sometimes. He's a lighthearted competitor in everything that he does, and he brings an infectious smile and personality to the clubhouse. He's always upbeat. He never seems nervous. He never seems anxious. He always is bringing a lighthearted mood to the clubhouse. So, again, those are things that you just can't replace.